Hi, I'm Lena, and today I'm going to be speaking about the marketing environment, but more specifically the marketing myths. My findings will describe why these areas are the building blocks for marketing managers' decisions.
Here are some of the marketing myths that I will be speaking about.
One of the marketing myths is, a satisfied customer is a loyal customer. The definition of satisfaction is the fulfillment of one's wishes, expectations, needs, or the pleasures derived from this. This being said, a customer can be satisfied with a product or service, but this does not mean that they won't switch to a different brand offering a better deal. At times, it is found that customers are obliged to stick with a brand. From the word obligation, we gather that the customer is legally bound to that company and has no other choice but to be loyal to them for the time required. This can make customers feel locked in, and it tends to happen a lot in phone contracts. For example, you may think that the company you signed a contract with was offering the best deal, such as Vodafone, but then you realise that O2 are offering an even better deal. However, the catch is you won't be able to switch or terminate your contract until the year or two is finished. Additionally, this can happen with streaming sites. For example, if you currently have an account with Netflix, it's very easy to cancel your subscription. They just won't charge you the following month. However, if you have an account with Sky, their minimum contract period is 12 or 18 months, so initially you'll be locked in until that time period is over. Marketing is about placing customers at the heart of all business decisions, and by making their customers feel locked in, it's not something that a customer wants. So this means not putting them at the heart of all businesses' decisions, and it's something that should be changed. Another marketing myth is, a strong brand is invincible. A strong brand is one that keeps up to date with trends and is constantly changing the way things are done in order to suit the market's fast-changing and demanding needs. Strong brands are far from invincible. An example in which this myth has been proven to be false is Toys R Us. Toys R Us failed because they did not keep up to date with the market's needs. BBC states that Toys R Us are seen as out of town, meaning out of sight with rival outlets. The source also states that people are more likely to purchase toys from the front of a supermarket like by the till, instead of going to a huge toy shop, causing Toys R Us to declare bankruptcy. A similar situation happened to Thomas Cook. They went bankrupt. Thomas Cook provided overseas packaged holidays which would include flights, hotels, Thomas Cook Airlines, car hires, and travel insurance. They had been doing this for such a long time that eventually the business was no longer up to date with the market. People started to no longer use travel agents to plan their holidays and would just do it on their own. Again, this shows that a strong brand is not invincible, because if it was, would Thomas Cook have gone bust? Would people still be planning their own holidays? It's not all about a brand's name. There are many factors that can cause a brand to fail. These are explained using PESTLE. For example, technology is advancing rapidly. Just because a brand is perceived as strong, if they're not updating their systems or using machinery to produce better and higher quality products, this will show and customers would go elsewhere. Another marketing myth is, a big name brand can sustain a higher price. This is also another myth, as Dell are the best known computing brands and yet do not have their products priced highly in comparison to other computing brands such as Apple. It's all down to whether the customer perceives the product to be worth the price. For instance, if Dell were to increase the price of their products, there is a high chance that their customers would still purchase them, not because they are a big name brand, but because they perceive the products as good and worth the price. This can be said about Apple too. Customers purchase their ridiculously expensive products, not only because of their name, but because they think it's the best value for their money and that their products are worth their extremely high prices for a reason. These are just a handful of myths that I have discussed, and I'm sure marketing managers have heard of them. Instead of these being myths, businesses should work on them being true. A satisfied customer should be a loyal one. Managers and marketing managers need to constantly be thinking outside of the box and being one step ahead of their competition. A strong brand should be invincible. A business should be doing constant market research and development and finding out what it is exactly that their customers want. These are the building blocks for marketing managers' decisions. Essentially, their business rely on these decisions, as shown previously in my examples with Toys R Us and Thomas Cook. If a business isn't marketing orientated, it is likely to fail. Thank Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video has helped to create a clearer understanding for marketing managers as to why these are the building blocks for their decisions.